Good morning, everybody. Today's class is the continuation of the last topic that we had about the etiology and microbiology of head and neck cancer. I'm Dr. Nitin Kuteta, Associate Professor in Department of Surgical Oncology, Mahatma Gandhi University of Medical Sciences and Technology. As we discussed last time also, HPV virus 16 and 18 are high-risk viruses which causes oral cavity, cervical cancer, penile cancers. And the data says that 70% of cervical cancers are associated with HPV 16 and 18. 50% of penile cancers are caused by these 16 and 18 high-risk human papilloma viruses. And oropharyngeal cancer, 90% are caused by HPV 16, which accounts for 90% of oropharyngeal cancers. There has been different studies. As this slide shows, the odds ratio for oropharyngeal carcinoma in seropositive HPV infection 16 was more than 14. HPV associated oropharyngeal cancer in USA is 60 to 80%. So this is the commonest cause of oropharyngeal cancers. Human papilloma virus infects. The pathology is it infects the basal cells in the stratified squamous epithelium through microabrasion on the epithelial surface. And these HPV receptors which are alpha 6 beta 4 integrin syndecan 1 are attached to the cells and goes inside the cell, and which causes amplification in the endosomes of the cell and then proliferation. The risk factors of how does the HPV enters in the oral cavity or in the body are HPV positive oral sex partners. Number of multiple oral sex partners is one of the causative agents. Many vaginal sex partners, younger age of first sexual contact increase the risk, and anogenital warts and anogenital sex practices, abnormal sex practices increases the risk. Consumption of marijuana is also one of the risk factors of that. Consumption of nicotine, consumption of alcohol, older age, poor oral hygiene are another risk factors along with that. Different clinical and biological features of HPV negative and HPV positive cancers are age. HPV negative at the age of more than 60 years, HPV positive are the middle-aged people. Risk factors are sexual behavior. In older people it is tobacco and alcohol more. Field cancerization is unknown in HPV positive patients, whereas field cancerization is more seen in HPV negative cases. Predilection in oropharynx in HPV positive cases, higher T stage in HPV negative and lower in HPV positive. Nodal status is higher in HPV positive patients, and P53 mutations are frequent in HPV negative in comparison to HPV positive. So how the detection of human papilloma virus, the presence of HPV DNA or evidence of functioning oncoprotein E7 are detected, and these are the factors which are detected to know the HPV positivity. HPV detection is done by polymerase chain reaction, which is highly sensitive, and it is prone to cross-contaminate, so and unable to distinguish episomal versus integrated form. Best fit for frozen specimen and prone to error when analyzing FFPE specimen. More widely available but not for some pathological labs. In situ hybridization, another technique which is highly specific for HPV detection. It localizes DNA within the tumor cell nuclei, and it discriminates between the integrated and episomal infection and limited to a few specialist centers only. That's the problem with in situ hybridization. P16 immunochemistry. Detection of functional oncoprotein, that is P16, is one of the surrogate to functional downstream effect of RB gene inactivation by E7 oncoprotein. The sensitivity of P16 is 100% and specificity is 79%, and applicable for FFP specimens also. Why HPV positive head and neck cancer has increased significantly during the last 20 years? The cause is there is increased awareness of association of HPV with the head and neck cancer, improved identification of HPV infection within the tumor cells, and an increase in the prevalence of HPV associated cancer, head and neck cancers are there. Prevalence of oral HPV infection is 5 to 10-fold lower than the genital HPV infection. But transmission of both genital and oral high-risk HPV is highly correlated with abnormal sexual behavior. The risk of having HPV isolated from oral cavity is 8 times greater among sexually experienced than in sexually inexperienced people. This was a case control study of human papillomavirus and oropharyngeal cancer, and this showed that in a case control study of 100 patients with newly diagnosed oropharyngeal cancers and 200 control patients without cancer to evaluate the association between the HPV infection and oropharyngeal cancer. And the results are there is a high lifetime number of vaginal sex partners, which are more 26 associated with oropharyngeal cancer with the odds ratio of 3.1. High lifetime number of oral sex partners, more than 6 associated with oropharyngeal cancer, odds ratio is 3.4, and a signal associated with HPV-16 infection. HPV DNA detected in 72% of these tumors, and 60% of patients were seropositive for E6, E7 or both, and tobacco use increased the association of oropharyngeal cancer primarily amongst patients with HPV-16. Conclusion was HPV infection is strongly associated with oropharyngeal cancer in patients with or without tobacco use. The disease course and prognosis of HPV positive head and neck cancer is different than non-HPV positive, and these studies have shown very clearly that these cancers has a much better prognosis in comparison to non-HPV. HPV vaccine is in the market now. Prophylactic vaccination composed of HPV-16 viral capsid proteins prevents persistent HPV-16 infection, decreases the development or prevents the development of cervical dysplasia, but there are no data yet on oral HPV infection. HPV-16 is responsible for only 50 to 60% of cervical cancer. In HPV positive oropharyngeal cancer, it is 94% HPV-16 subtypes are found. The HPV vaccine should even be more effective in head and neck cancer, but the data are still lacking on that. The HPV vaccines which are available for cervical cancer are Gardasil and Cervarix, which Gardasil is an HPV quadrivalent recombinant vaccine which has HPV 11, 16 and 18. It is approved by FDA for girls in 2006 and approved by FDA for boys for prevention of genital warts in October 2009. Cervarix is another HPV vaccine which is bivalent HPV 16 and 18, approved by FDA in 2009. So these are the two vaccines available presently. The vaccines they each make use of virus-like particles composed of mature capsid protein L1 of the targeted HPV subtypes, and the immune surveillance system that we have for HPV L1 results in acquired immunity, and both vaccines prevent infection with human papillomavirus 16 and 18. Can we use this after development of cancer? There are no data till now, but there are data for prevention there only. The treatment for HPV oropharyngeal cancer is, as we know, these are the better cancer in prognosis in comparison to HPV negative. They have better survival, so the treatment is de-escalating treatment regimes are available with long-term morbidity associated with country interval will be longer lasting also. De-intensification trials can be divided into two camps. De-intensification of local therapy by use of alternate chemotherapy, reduced dose of radiation or surgery, and use of induction therapy to identify good responding to. So these are some ECOG 1308 trial, RTOG 1016 trial are there, where these are the trials which have shown good results. Ongoing trials are there, phase 2 and phase 3 multiple trials are there, which we should know. And these patients do quite well. Conclusion that HPV has a strong association with oropharyngeal squamous cell carcinoma, is a weaker association with oral and laryngeal cancer. Patients with HPV positive oropharynx tumors relatively are of younger age, and they are lesser tobacco use, where they have a good survival of treatment outcome. Thank you very much.